because speaking of people who Shawnee doesn't think is the lead vocalist, we have an Unrivaled signing. Sabrina Ionescu is the final wild card for Unrivaled and is teaming up with Satu Sabali to answer the most asked question in women's basketball. Would Satu and Sabrina win a ring? And this time it will be in Unrivaled instead. Notably, according to Kendra Andrews of ESPN, an unprecedented and historic contract, which puts her salary in a category of her own amongst Unrivaled. Shawnee, floor. Just take it. Just wherever you'd like to go. Just take it. I'm here for the ride.
I don't care. It's their league. If they want to take it, then do what you do. And then she's like fresh off of BBL. No, I can't say that.
Stop, Shawnee.
Well, now you're backseat driving. You said you were along for the ride.
I'm sorry. Hands off the wheel. I'm sorry. That one just caught me off guard. Yeah, go ahead.
Fresh off of hand surgery. So it's like, okay, that's your headliner. And I do think that's good that she's getting off-season experience because she hasn't done that in the 4 years she's been in the league.
I don't think she's ever been overseas.
She's never played outside of the WNBA.
Yeah. So good for her expanding her skill set, I guess. Giving all the money to someone who just shot 1 for 19 in front of the host. I don't want to hear it about her hand hurt. Because then why did you shoot 19 shots? Especially if you saw none of them were going in. Because she shot 1 for 19. And I don't even remember when the 1 came. But it wasn't like, she's 1 for 1, keep going. It was like, there were some shots, and then one finally fell, and now here we are. But 1 for 19 is disgusting to give that the. But I mean, got to go with the shoes. She's already being pushed. The machine already did its job with her. So this makes sense. Just like the Steph shooting thing, it makes sense because the machine already won. So good for her, I guess.
Damn. How are we feeling about the Unrivaled roster now that it is complete? I certainly think that there were some players that were, presumably complete.
Well, did they replace Kelsey Plum with a player?
Yes, that was one of these. There was only 2 wild cards, but I guess because Cameron Brink isn't playing this year, but he's already signed. I'm confused by Cameron Brink stuff. I guess there could
in a few weeks. I don't think that's happening.
No. She's definitely not. They said 2026, but I guess my question is, are these teams repeating going forward because they kind of gave her? It was almost like a future draft pick in a way, for that franchise of team. But that means they're only going to play with 5 in a month. Not even a month now, but I'm still honestly confused by some of the stuff, and I think frankly a lot of it has just been figured out on the fly for Unrivaled. And as obviously the wild card spots came in, I don't think that was initially the plan. And then they expand the roster. There was just a whole lot of things. I think overall, and we've been complimentary of it. Overall, Unrivaled has been setting the standard for a whole lot of things when it comes to partnerships, when it comes to the broadcast. There's a whole lot of things that Unrivaled is doing right. The roster stuff, I'm just confused a little bit.
Yeah, there was a trade.
That was done.
Yeah, it was done until it wasn't. And then there was a trade, which I didn't even know we could trade. I think that's where my confusion is okay, next year, do we redo this? Or do we is this staying? Yeah. So that's did players sign on for multi-years? Because I know Cameron Brink was listed as a multi-year contract. So that's where my confusion is currently.
One event, one big countdown, and drop all the rosters and all the spots, who's playing with whom, because we've been doing this since October. And it was cool at first.
Time to see the product and how compelling is the basketball. I gotta be honest. Shawnee didn't go as hard as I thought she would. I gotta be honest. Sabrina in the half court off. I'm not either side of the basketball side, I'm not that like keen to watch it. I got to be honest. So like, if that's your big joker, Sabrina moving her feet in the half court on defense, not that, or well, it's not half court, right? It's like
it's condensed full court. Yes, it's condensed full court, but still 3-on-3. I gotta see it. I'm not gonna. Yes.
Less space is the point.
Yes, less help defense is, I think, the most important factor.
Also, yeah, you have to like really.
Wait, it's 3-on-3 and then like 1-on-1, right?
So there's a 1-on-1 tournament for like their like it's like a separate cash prize. So that'll be separate from the other stuff. The actual games itself are 3-on-3 with subs and everything. So like that's why like the 5, like one team's just gonna have 5. I guess is my understanding currently.
Hold on a second, because Greer done activated something. Because like I was just like
Winter Soldier code just got spoken.
Hold on. Because 3-on-3 is about movement. It's about like sticking with your man. It's about having a deep enough bag to beat your man. Like all things she doesn't have. So
there you go. There's Shawnee. There she is.
That's what I'm saying. Rob for and Katie Lou included. Like for those to be your like I'm a up the ante picks.
White women.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
Because I like eased off. There came a point to where I was like, this is not the best 36 in the league. Sorry. Like there was a drop off, and I understand things were happening. So I was just like, we're using that loosely. So I wasn't really tripping. But like, yeah, for this to be the grand finale, Slack Mamba.
Look, yeah, I think the problem was, and to a point, it's like I don't even necessarily fault Unrivaled for some of it because I like they do the wild card stuff and all the reports talking about Caitlyn, you know, and I'm sure that they had talks with Asia Wilson as well, like you know, like the big name players as much as possible, like so to a point, you know, they kind of you can only do so much if the player doesn't want to play. So like for a product that hasn't happened yet, I still think the overall roster is solid, but to y'all's point, like. There's obviously some glaring names that are missing. That would be in the top, you know, 30 players, which then grew to 36. And then I think also you then bring the wild cards as like we're up in the ante to your point, and you don't fill it with incredibly exciting players. Which again, you can only go with the players that say yes, but also like, damn, like
It should have been like big 3. Like now we get Nancy Lieberman back. Like, haha, guess what? Like now we're seeing Angel McCautry. Like now, like we need some of the throwbacks that are retired / semi-retired.
Yeah, that would have also been cool for like the coaching, but I understand like the emphasis on player development and like wanting to make this more of a legit league, I guess, of sorts, as opposed to a novelty league, which I think the Big 3 has kind of leans into more so. But
he's got Joe Johnson.
Yeah, they do. Hey, ISO Joby, they got some crazy clips in there. Yeah. So we'll. I mean, now it's just kind of truly we're at the point where we just gotta wait to see, and we'll be covering the game. We'll be watching the game. We'll be talking about the games. So like, I'm excited to see it. I mean, if this is a good product and the basketball is fun to watch, it completely changes women's basketball. Like with the partnerships, with everything like this is a potential landscape changing league that we are about to embark on, and we get to be. It's cool to be at the beginning of something, obviously, and be here for the very start. So we'll be on that 100%. We'll be talking. We'll be watching. We got your coverage on that.